I was a little bit shocked because, first of all, I was actually going to pick up some business clients, and I didn't know what was going on at that time.
A Black Montreal man says he was a victim of racial profiling when a provincial police officer pulled him over on the Champlain Bridge. He says the SQ stop was unjustified.
You know, I'm a very calm guy. Usually, I don't like to scream. I don't like to do anything. So I let them do what they had to do. But I knew that, it was wrong and it violated actually my rights.
On March 29th at around 2 o'clock in the morning, Jean-Hamilton Phillippe says he was returning home from work when he was stopped by police for not wearing a seatbelt, even though he says he was.
Sometimes you don't see actually if the person has a seatbelt or not, but now you're able to see that my seatbelt is on. So am I like an infraction? I said no. So I was like, okay, well, I can just move on and leave. And he's like, no, well, under the Article 636, we have the rights actually to ask you your driving license and as well your vehicle registration.
Article 636 of the Quebec Highway Safety Code allows police to perform random checks on drivers. When Philippe asked to look up the article on his phone, the officer allegedly refused and threatened to arrest him. That's when police called for backup and Philippe was handcuffed. He claims police searched his vehicle, something that was not mentioned in the police reports.
If you're going to document your actions, and you should, as a police officer, you should document your step, your reasoning behind everything that you did, and they did that from their perspective. But why do you leave the fact that you went and searched the vehicle?
Philippe received over $1,100 in fines for failing to hand over his driver's license, refusing to provide a document to a police officer, and for obstructing a peace officer. Philippe did file a complaint with the police ethics commissioner, but the case was closed when he decided not to participate in the conciliation portion due to the trauma he says he endured.
Conciliation is like, someone who's been assaulted having to go back and sit down with the assailant, which is very traumatic in this particular case, because typically you have, in this case, you have 4 police officers, so they'll each have a representative, like a union rep, and a lawyer.
The Red Coalition has filed a complaint with the Quebec Human Rights and Youth Rights Commission on behalf of Philippe. City News reached out to Sûreté du Québec for comments, but they did not get back in time for broadcast.
They're officer and they should actually respect everyone equally, which they didn't.
In Montreal, Swidda Rassy, City News.